the house. Plus sign in the chat box. Please put in a plus sign in the chat box if you can hear me. This is okay. Thank you very much, Nyama, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the business games. I know you've done this before, but due to some technicalities that took place earlier, it was decided that you have to redo the whole thing, starting with business day 1 and day 2 tomorrow, with final presentation on Friday. I suppose you all are aware on how the business games are conducted. But before we proceed, I'd like to call upon all the mentors to say 1 or 2 things. Start off with Mentor Rhoda.
Hi, Yama. Hello, everybody. Please, I left everyone in the page.
Mentor Kudzai.
Hi Nyama, hi everyone, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Kudzai. It's over to you to take over.
Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone. Good evening once more time. I'm having network problems, I'm having network issues. I was kind of booted out just now, so I'm not sure what I missed. As we all know that we're going to resume with business games, I understand that you guys were left out last time we did the combining classes. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to hand out the task. We're just going to post the task in the Skype platform as well on the GoToMeeting, as I've already selected Mr. Jameson as the presenter. I saw the email in Bertrand Cope. So what Mr. Jameson will be doing is coordinate the class. He will give the go-ahead for each and every persona to air out their views concerning the task that concerning the task that we're going to give you. So Mr. Jameson, you will be muting and unmuting, calling out the names of the person that should speak up so that we have like order in the class. So Mr. Jameson will be taking care of all that. Then I'm not sure of the presenters who will be taking out the notes of all the suggestions that you're going to have. Then I'm not sure if the mentors have already created the document. Mentor Nyama, have you already created the document, or I can create it now? The one they're going to use to...
You can create it now. I did not create it.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to go back to Batch and take out the names. Okay, just a moment. I'm going to create the document now. Then I will hand it over to you. The presenters, would you kindly write your email addresses in the chat box? Okay, if you can hear me loud and clear, would you kindly show me with a plus sign, or rate my net, or rate my audibility 1 up to 10? If you can hear me loud and clear, would you kindly show me with a plus sign, or rate me from 1 up to 10? If you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, Thank you. Okay, thank you, Prince. Thank you, Jameson. I'm going to create the document just now. I do apologize for the technical problems that we've been having since 7 p.m. I hope tomorrow we will make sure that we set out the connections around 5 to 6 p.m. South African time so that by the time we commence the classes, everything will be in control. Okay, just a moment. Let me create the document now. Kindly forgive my network. It's acting up, but I will do my best to stay on board so that we can be on the same page. Okay, just a moment. I'm going to create the the document that you're going to use just now. Just a moment. While we're waiting for the document, I'm not sure if there is any further clarity that needs to be done, guys, fellow mentors.
Can I ask something?
Yes, Priscilla, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Mentor Nyama. I just wanted to say that we had, seeing that we had already prepared for this whole session, do we now have to get rid of what we had prepared and start afresh? Or are we going to be working on what we had already done? How does it work?
You have to start afresh. Well, you can always pick up the points from what you had discussed, but it will be like starting all over again.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, thank you.
And just one other thing that I'd like to point out, I've noticed that the attendance for tonight is very low. We are taking down the names of the people who have attended, so you can tell your fellow batch members that should they attend tomorrow, we unfortunately will not pass them. So we have the names of the people who have attended today. We expect an increase tomorrow. So if people do not attend tomorrow, then that simply means that they are disqualifying themselves to be passed. Thank you.
Number two.
Remember, we had decided that the whole class should begin from 0, take the classes as from the start, but then the officials, Mr. Omar and the fellow mentors thought that we should give you a chance to do your presentation, but as I can see here, there is only, including the mentors, there are only 14 of you. So as Mentor Nyama has said, tomorrow we expect almost everyone to partake. Everyone to partake. Remember, this is the final phase of the school. Everyone needs to attend. Since it has some other aspects of this whole school, I understand Mentor Nyama has been clarifying for you in batch 112. So you need to take this last part very seriously. Tonight, tomorrow, and the final day of the business presentation. So just a heads up, guys, make sure that tomorrow you avail yourself. The time is still 7 p.m. South African time. 7 p.m. South African time. Okay, I'm done creating the document. I'm done creating the document. The presenters, would you kindly check your email addresses? Would you kindly check your email addresses? Or I'm just going to post the document in batch 112. I'm going to post the document in batch 112. Okay, just a moment again. Sorry about that. Sorry about the network issues. Now I've just posted the link. I've just posted the link in the GoToMeeting. I'm also going to post it on batch 100 Cove. I'm also going to post it on page 100 Cove. Only the selected individuals who have the access, only selected individuals who have the access to edit the document. I'll kindly ask Mentor Rhoda to send out our first task. I'll ask Mentor Rhoda to kindly send out our first task on GoToMeeting and as well as on Skype. Please note that you are welcome to use the Skype platform. You can write your suggestions on Skype platform as well as GoToMeeting. Mr. Jameson will be reading out. Mr. Jameson will be reading out on Skype as well as on GoToMeeting and coordinating so that we can have a order and we on the same page. Mr. Jameson, do you have a stable mic and network? Mr. Jameson, would you kindly unmute your microphone? You read out the task as soon as it's posted so that everyone can hear. Then you open the floor for discussion. Mr. Jameson, if you can hear me loud and clear, would you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Would you kindly
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, we just.
Yeah, I've done that. Okay.
The task has just been posted. The platform is all yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, mentors. Thank you all for joining this meeting. And I will be reading out 4 tasks. Would expect that we, if you need to comment, simply put that in the chat box. You want to comment, then you have the floor. So for the task 1, I will read it out. You have received all information needed in order to become managers/leader in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task. Enter in a new country and develop MMM global there. This new country will be Nigeria. As a starting resource, you have internet, a team, knowledge received in the school, and $50,000 US. Within an hour, you have to develop a plan of action. Specify the number of registrations and contributions you will achieve over this period. You have 60 hours. I guess that should be 60 minutes. This new country in Nigeria, I think I'm done. Okay, we have an hour to come up with a plan. The summary is that we have an hour to come up with a plan on how we can set up MMM Global in Nigeria. I don't know if anybody will have any comments, if anybody have any suggestion based on these tasks. If you would want to
Good evening, everyone. Background about Nigeria, and maybe look at things such as its population and where it's located. And then we can look at maybe Nigeria being such a big country, we could also look at maybe areas of interest. What is our focal area going to be? Maybe are we going to focus on Abuja? Are we going to focus on Lagos in terms of states? And then we can also look at maybe where the venue that we're going to use, like what we did at the school when we did the offline presentation, when we had to look for a venue. So this is something we can also look at. And then how many people we expect to attend. I don't know if that's making sense.
Yes, of course, you're making sense.
I don't want to say much because I also want to give others a chance to contribute. So I'm not going to be contributing much, but I'll just say, because this is something manual. So I just want to give you a chance to do something. This is your time to shine, guys.
Hello. Hello.
Go on, please. We
Can
can
you all
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Yes, we can
like
hear you. Go
she
ahead.
just commented. Okay, like you just rightly said, now we have to consider some statistics here in Nigeria, which one of the things we need to put into consideration is the population of Nigeria, which is over 180 million. And then for us to carry out this awareness, we have to focus on the major cities where we will have a populated audience. The major cities where we will need to put our concentration on cities like Lagos, like she mentioned, also Abuja, Port Harcourt, Aba, Onitsha, and Kanu for the northern part of Nigeria. So we have to know if there are members in this batch who reside in this area of the country. Like for instance, if there is any member of the group who reside in the northern part, he can head the group there because he will know the area very well. So whichever group that will be attached to him or her, he will be able to direct them on how to organize organize the campaign over there. Then those who stay in the west, which Lagos is the catchment area with over 25 million in population. The people who know the Lagos area very well can also head the campaign over there. They will be attached to the group that will champion the cause over there. Those who stay in the eastern part of the country in Nigeria, like Port Harcourt or Aba, those who know the area well will also be assigned to that area. They will also help in carrying out the campaign there. I believe by so doing we're able to achieve our main aim, which is raising MMM to where it should be. Thank you.
Hello and good evening all. I don't know if anyone can hear me.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Go ahead.
All right. My name is Chuske, bro. Okay. Okay.
Prince Kelly,
My name is Chuske, bro, and based on the analysis Prince Kelly just gave. Hello.
Here you go.
Hello.
I can hear you.
We can.
Hello,
Hello.
go ahead.
Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Hello, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
The network is fading.
Okay. Well, I believe not just few of us can watch about Nigeria. Okay. I believe just few of accounts of this as I will help three it's in the country I have been give account of, and these are author should have over 5 million business states, a very market in it, which attracts a lot of people around the country. And also our representing Onitsha, which is where I also reside. And Onitsha we have a very big market, popularly known as the main market Onitsha. So it attracts people around the world, not just the country, also because of the market, the population, and because of this market here in Onitsha. If I'm to say, Port Harcourt is more easily when it comes to communicating, when it comes to talk about computers, when it comes to talk about networking in these three places I have mentioned now, because Port Harcourt is more of civil servants than businessmen and women. So starting from Port Harcourt, it's more easy to talk to people and introduce them about the system. And first of all, I would like to start with I and my team would like to start with creating a website, an official website, mainly for Nigeria, mainly for the MMM Global, and then think of making flyers and banners to help invite people over for seminars, and we also will look for a suitable place and a very well open place that can occupy at least not less than 100 or 150 participants to participate in this presentation that will be done. So I think I don't know if I'm making a point at all.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Also, knowing how. Hello, yeah.
You can go ahead.
Are you done?
Knowing no, I'm not done, but we're done in jiffy. Thank you. Knowing too well how the kind of people who will be dealing with over there in Port Harcourt, how to approach them and how to introduce them, because here in Nigeria we have this mentality of when it comes to money, it's very difficult to convince people about. So we will try to a strategy to try to them actually what we have seen, why we have here the layman aim of coming. If we tell them exactly what it's all about, it's a possibility or something in Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that I am my team who will be working towards creating a strategy to communicate about reasons why we have and this strategy we're going to be creating will be so there in the flyers and in the in the banners. We are going to make it, so we could put it there also. And so first of all, we'll start with going around the streets and of Port Harcourt and sharing the flyers. The banner will be at the venue of presentation on that day. In 2 or 3 second day before the day of the presentation, we will be able to have ready. Hello. Hello.
Hello, can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I believe I know very well that people will be asking, even when we are sharing this flyer, to actually know exactly what we are up to. What is this all about? So my explanation, our explanation, our little explanation will be that we have come here today. Hello?
We can hear you, Chucks. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can.
Okay.
We can hear
Thank you very much, Mentor. So, okay, I'm having a little bit network issue here. So, I believe questions will be asked to actually make them understand why we share this flyer, because definitely it's a very new thing to them, and with what will be on the flyer won't be enough to attract them, or won't be enough to tell them what we are up to. So to make things easier, I think I will have a little bit a way of telling them of what we are up to. So like when we are asked what is this MMM all about, I will just tell them that it's just a community that's a platform or a community that has come in existence to set you financially free by providing help and also about us and are using us unknowingly to their own advantage, because with what the articles I've read on YouTube, I've watched on YouTube after I've started following MM Global Community on YouTube. So watched a lot of articles when I actually come to understand what the banks have been doing, what the banks has been doing with our money. That there is when I got to know that when I deposit the sum of let's say the sum of $10 in a bank, my bank account, not in my actually on what I have in $1,000, and the other $9,000 the bank uses as their own money, and that money will be taken to pay you. So when I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about financial institutes, I have come to understand deeply why we have to why this community why we have to be in this community and be strong in it. So trying to make people understand actually what we are passing through in the hands of these financial institutes will make them like convince them a little bit of what we are up to. Trying to teach them, give them insights about give them the insight of how we are being enslaved to them, how we serve them, and why even as we strive hard to make our daily bread, we end up giving it to someone who does nothing in the name of savings or in the name of trying to keeping your money. And then now, without playing, sorry, I go to tell the that trying to. I'm sure we'll be able to meet up with at least 100 participants, because here in Port Harcourt, people are enthusiastic. People need something. They need something they need something that can yield good results. They need to hear something good from you when it comes to money issues. When it needs to where they can gain something good, not when they can waste their time or waste their energy on. So with this little thing, I don't know if I'm making a point at all, please.
Yes, you are.
Chuk, you're definitely making a point, but I just wanted to add and say that I've been listening to you as we're talking all along, and I'm looking at the question, and I feel as though most of us, when we're sharing, we're talking so much about the ideology of MMM and how we present that to the people. I know that is quite important. It's a fundamental aspect, and it's a focal point when you're starting to lure people into something. But I looked at the question and I saw that it is asking us to develop a plan of action for a week. And I see that we've been talking now for almost 15 minutes, but we've not started drawing that course and that plan of action for 1 week. So I'm just reminding all of us as we contribute, firstly, to be cognizant of the fact that we need to give every single person a chance to speak, so then we speak and then we cut it short so others can also share. And then secondly, that we are looking at developing a plan of action, then we can merge it into one presentation.
Hello, can I say something, please? Hello, can I say something?
Yes, please. Yes.
Sorry, I've been offline for so long. I've been battling with network here. I don't know what my people have already said, but from my end here, I want to say when we get to the new country, Nigeria, first thing we have to do is when we get to Nigeria, our target would be the most popular commercial state of Lagos. And, I think Lagos is a very big and large city. We should have a population of about 21 million. And for us to really achieve something reasonable, the personnel on ground have to be divided into 4 groups. We need the service of about 4 indigenes to conduct us around the city. So we'll be looking forward to
having about 4 locations for our presentations. These DJs will help us in the areas of interpretation of Nigerian languages, and they will also be able to familiarize us with the cultures and the behaviors of our Nigerians. Findings in the first and the second day will give us insight to the SWOT analysis of the areas we want to conduct our presentations. And during these days also, we must have secured our accommodation. We will go to printing press to make arrangements for printing of banners, flyers, and posters, and handbills, and then make arrangement for our promotional materials. We must have all these things in place, such as musical instruments and public address system, projectors, and we have to one important thing that we have to also take into consideration is electricity. As we know and hear that Nigeria is facing the epileptic power supply, we have to find out, maybe make arrangement for special generating set so that nothing will disturb us when we are carrying out our presentations. To be necessary for us to take note of that, and we have to fathom that into our planning, I think. And this, we need to have steady power supply, and we shouldn't forget also what we have as our budget. Then that will take us to the first 2 days, first and second days. On the third days now, our banners, our flyers, and all those things must have been available. By this, we can go to streets to share banners with dancers and musical instruments. We go out on the streets to begin to propagate what we really want to do. By now, we are sharing our flyers, we paste our posters, and possibly we go to media houses, go to broadcasting house to at least create awareness of what we really want to do. I think with this, we create awareness, and when the seminar proper comes, with the awareness that we have already created in the first two days, we will be able to have some attendees. I think with this, we can start off something. I don't know if I'll be able to make some points.
Hello?
Yes,
let me just come. In as much to discuss about the offline.
Please, I want to. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Can I say something?
Can I add something?
Hello, can I say something?
Hello, hey, this is James. Hello, this is Jameson. If you need, hello, if anybody needs to say anything, simply just type to say, can I talk? And when it's time for you to talk, we would ask you to talk. And I think we should also move forward. Based on what has been said so far, we've gotten feedback that Lagos will be the best place for us to set up MMM in Nigeria, because Lagos is the largest area in Lagos in Nigeria. You particularly will see everybody. So I think we now need to move forward on what are the things, what are the resources we will need to be able to set up MMM in Nigeria, using Lagos as the starting ground. You can talk now, Malareto.
Can I talk? No.
I said if you want to talk, just say, can I talk? Malareto, you can go ahead.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Yes, I think we should have team logistics, like traveling fees, hotel reservations and accommodations, rental for to hire transports for the team, and we should have hospitality, like refreshments for the guests for the day, and we should have ushers, photography that would take photos, videos, and projector for seminar logistics, security, to secure
Hello, can I talk now? Hello?
Can I talk? Hello, can I talk? Hello? Can I talk?
Please go ahead and talk. Go ahead. We can hear you.
All right. All right.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Good evening, House. First, I want to start by saying that we should understand that we are going into a new ground. It's not like we are Nigerians. You are sent to a new ground to go and establish MMM there. And then when you go to a new place, you should understand that you are a complete stranger. That's one of the things we should know. You're not familiar with the environment. Now, if you're not familiar with the environment, which means the way the people think is different from the way you think. Their fears are different from the fears you have. Then you should also put into consideration that the knowledge you have about MMM, they don't have it. And outside that, they might have had a difficult experience before, bad experience with, like the scams and all that we are having today. They must have had these ones on ground, and so the fear is going to be high. So when you're coming to a ground like Nigeria, for example, and then you have to start MMM there, I think the first thing we have to do is to first of all know the way the people think, because you can't break into anybody without first of all breaking into his thought and then being able to pass your knowledge to the person. It's one of the basic rules for you to get your ground, because if the first person you meet resists you, then get ready. The others are going to resist you. So first you have to think about how these people think, what they think, what they like, what they don't like. When you are able to get that, then you will now say, okay, my team, these are the way the people are, this is the way they do, okay, let's go like this, before you even begin to think about flyers. So the first point of action is to first of all get 1-2 persons, interact with them, send your ideas to them, tell them what you are there for, and then they will now go back and start preaching the message. Before you understand what is happening, those 2 persons can get to you 5 persons. From 5 you can get 15. From 15 you can get 20. By the time you get 20, your program has started, as in your seminar is set. They will be the one to also lead you to where you're going to print your banners and so on and so forth. By the time you finish that, you discover that you're going to have a successful program. But if you just jump into the place and say, I have all the knowledge, you discover that you'll be struggling and trying to make things work, it won't work. So that's my concept or my idea for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Blessing. I just wanted to add and say that
all right.
I like to always look at the question and throw it back to the group to keep on reminding us of the question. And I feel that, remember, we've only been given 7 days, and giving 7 days in a big country like Nigeria can be like 1 day. We have so much to do. And as people were just sharing, I also thought that maybe something else that I would really consider as part of our plan of action would be the budget costing of the project. Maybe we'd look at the flights of the people who are going to go to Nigeria. Then we look at the accommodation and such as their upkeep and just their general welfare, and then would look maybe at people who can help us to tour the city, or maybe guiders or tour guides, for instance, who can interpret for us, because there will surely be a language barrier of some sort. And then maybe we would look at things such as promotion tools, maybe T-shirts and caps and MMM flyers, jingles, banners, and probably billboards. And then I know other people already mentioned that we can also have a projector which we can use for the people when they arrive. I was also thinking of camera and video recording. We could cut costs here by maybe bringing our own from our country of origin. Maybe one can record with a phone, a smartphone or something, or a tablet, so that we don't have to pay anyone for that service. And then we'll also look at things such as sound systems and phone bills that we're going to be using, because I think we're going to be phoning a lot in terms of making arrangements and, and then we can maybe do a television and radio broadcast for the 7 days that we're there. And then we can also do an MMM awareness campaign. That's also going to cost us money. And maybe we can look at having seminar venues. Maybe how much are we going to be paying for the rental per day. And then we also need to put into consideration that we'll probably need 2 vehicles for transportation and mobilization. And maybe we want branded cars, written MMM, because remember we're trying to advertise as much as possible. And then we can also do maybe a charity event. We don't need to do an office setup because we're not going to be there for long. Remember, we've only got 7 days. And then we can look at refreshments for the people that are coming to our seminars. Where there's food, people always want to come, and it's much nicer. I think in as far as the budget is concerned, that's what I would look at. And then maybe we also need to look at breaking up our days from day 1 to day 7, describing what we're going to be doing and what planned activities are we going to execute within the 7 days for offline promotion. So maybe for day 1, they indicated that it's going to be on a Sunday. We can look at our accommodation and our lodging logistics, and then we can look at the seminar venue and studying the environment where we are. Oh, is it raining? Is it very cold? What do we need to wear? If maybe, do we need to pitch a tent? What do we need to do? And then we also look at the acquaintance with citizens of Nigeria and culture. You don't want to go there for MMM and maybe you're in a Muslim religion and there I am wearing my skimpy jeans or my skinny jeans and I'm offending the people that I'm trying to lure into MMM. So it's important to understand the culture of the people where you're at. And then maybe we look at carrying out surveys around Lagos State with the help of the Nigerian personnel, people who know the area more than us. This also helps us in terms of security because there's a lot of crime in Nigeria. You don't just want to be there and running around and not knowing where you're going. And then we could look at maybe visits to printing press outlets to print hand bills and flyers and banners. So maybe for the first day, that's how we would look at. And then we look at day 2, which would be a Monday. We can look at producing and getting all necessary promotion tools ready and putting them in place. And then what we'll be doing in terms of morning and evening radio broadcasts. What are we going to be advertising? Which radio shows are the most popular so that we get as many ears as possible to listen to us. And then like a massive MMM awareness campaign covering the first region in Lagos State. And then on maybe the 3rd day, which is a Tuesday, we can look at continuation of road shows to distribute flyers and placing of banners and creating that seminar awareness. Day 4 would be morning and evening MMM radio broadcasts and MMM awareness campaigns and covering the 3rd region in Lagos, Nigeria. Day 5, it's just sensitization and awareness campaign about MMM ideology on newspapers, radio, and TV. And then we can also look at a 30-minute television broadcast on channels about MMM, then carrying out a charity and fundraising event for the, maybe a children's home or an orphanage or a popular place for the needy in Lagos. And then on Friday, we could do 4 seminars again, which can be carried out simultaneously in the 4 regions where the awareness campaigns were done. And then Saturday would look at maybe continuation of 4 seminars also being carried out simultaneously. And then one-to-one meetings with citizens or people who want clarification benefits of being in MMM and registration. And this here we'll be looking at maybe testimonial videos and what has happened. I've just tried to sum it up in a nutshell, but there's so much more that we can do that I can add on later, just to give others a chance to share. Thank you.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Hello? Okay. As she has said earlier, those 7 days, we have to just plan on those 7 days because that's the days we are given. That's limited time we are given to just present it and get people to key into the ideology and come into the program. The first day we prepare as you said, everything we need for those remaining 6 days, and the last day, the day before the last day, and the last day, you want to make a big presentation. She said I should talk about the radio, the newspaper, the what is called the handbill, all those. We're talking about the ideology and bring people towards the final day of the seminar, where we have seminar and the will be going on also during the seminar. At the back also, we collect all their information, their email, their phone number, and the rest, like that. And you have a tour guide. Surely you have a tour guide, the person that will guide us around every. I'm based in Lagos, but I don't know about other Port Harcourt or so. But we have 3 groups. I don't want us to base on just one state. Like the south part, Lagos, northern part, like one person said Kano, then Port Harcourt. That was a very populous area also. So we can pitch our tent there. We have 3 different people, 3 different heading, spreading the community there, spreading us there to take us to be able to register more people. So from there it will spread to what different areas of Nigeria. And I believe that our tax 1 will be successful. Thank you. Hello. Sorry, I actually hopped in. I started from where Prince Kelly stopped, and I think I was not able to make my points clear. Well, coming to Nigeria from our own country to this new country, Nigeria, we should first try to understand. Let's talk about culture, because we are talking about Africa, and when we come to this country, we will be considering a lot of things, considering where we are going to stay to start with, and successfully having getting. We should actually start with meeting someone that can help us out, because we don't know anywhere there. Because even if we use a map, we still need someone that knows the place very well, that can actually take us around, even with our own map, trying to locate our destination. Then trying to get in contact with someone nice and someone good that won't actually try to hurt us. Successfully doing this, then we move ahead in getting somewhere to keep our bags, our luggages, and then this person can actually tell us more about this country in Nigeria. I think this person might be or will be the driver or a taxi driver who will pick us from the airport, because I think that's the only person that we can actually trust in that country, because we can't actually go around talking to people, trying to tell people this person the first person we met at the airport, which I'm sure will be the taxi driver that will take us to our destination, will be able to help us out a lot with the questions and answers that we need. So I believe he can do a lot of good when we try to know more about the place that we are in, he knows where places that are safe for us and places that are not good for us to are not good for us to go or stay in. And then with this, achieving having someone to actually interact with, someone to actually let us know, tell us all we need to know about the place, the environment that we are in. Someone to actually tell us the way his people or her people behaves, and then we can have a good start from there. Someone good, let's say, someone from there we will be now talking about touring around the city or touring around the country to see or to figure out the next step to make. And then this person also can connect us to people, eligible people that we can also meet that will help us out with the task, with the reasons why we are there. Because I believe that he can't do everything for us, but he can actually connect us to people that can help us out. And from there, I think we will make a good start. From there, the people we meet along the as we progress will help us with everything that we'll be needing, every possible thing that we will need for this task to be a successful one. Thank you very much.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Of course.
Yeah, I've been taking down notes on what almost all of us have been saying, and based on what has been said, we'll be taking over Lagos State in one of the most polar states in Nigeria. We have various people, both from the north, from the east, from the west. We understand that the official language is English and languages, and because we would like to get everyone on board, we would looking at getting some set of people that can interpret, because the resource people coming in, for instance, will be coming from South Africa, and they need to be able to communicate to everyone. Fine, some understands English, but it would be nice when you speak to people in their dialect, in the language they can relate with. They will take us serious. In the event of all this, we hope to set up a one-week presentation to showcase or to tell people about MMM. The goal, the basic goal is for us to present the ideology, the benefits to people and how it works. We need to be able to present to them. Based on what has been said also, we need to develop a plan. We need to understand the benefit of coming to Nigeria. For everything we do, there have to be analysis of the country, the SWOT analysis that we did as one of our tasks we deploy. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes,
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Can hear you. Can hear you.
Hello.
Can hear you. Can hear you.
Hello, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So we would, based on the feedback I've gotten, because I've been taking down some few notes. We need to do a SWOT analysis of the country, Nigeria. We need to know their strength. We need to know their weakness. We need to know their opportunity. We need to know the threats. And basically, in every country there's always a threat, being the bank, because the bank probably feel that want to come and take over people's money. We have the media, we have the government, we have the regulation. Aside from the threats, there are also opportunities, there are also weaknesses, and there are also strengths. All these we need to look into. For us to be able to set up ourselves, also to keep the running, we need to be able to know how much, because remember we have $50,000. We need to be able to spend that money wisely. The money might look so much, but in as much as it's much, we need to be able to spend it wisely. So at the end of the day, we can give an account of what we spend. So we're looking at getting people from South Africa, maybe getting some resource person to do the interpretation for us, to guide us around. We need to print out t-shirt, we need to look out for the printing guys that can print out, we need to do flyers, and all that. All this will cost us some money. So we need to be able to sit down and do a costing of the whole project, the whole setting up of MMM. Nevertheless, we also need to set up the MMM present on the web, because at the end of the day, after the whole seminars, after all the paparazzi, you need to be able to say, okay, you can go online to do this yourself. So that also needs to put into consideration. The ultimate goal is for us to be able to really present and tell people what they need to know. And we don't want to, based on the feedback I've gotten, we will need to set up different days to educate them on things that they need to do. So we need to set a plan, an activity to be executed within 7 days. We are looking at the offline presentation, and we also look at the online presentation. The offline presentation is basically for those that don't have access to the internet, where we walk around the state of Lagos, visit the schools, visit the hospitals, mostly visit the church, tell them about MMM, tell them about ideology, give them flyers, give them goodies that will make them want to even part of what MMM is all about. Apart from the offline, somebody also mentioned online. Online is more of social media. Good enough, we're taught how to create a Facebook page. We could set up one for Nigeria. We could boost up the page. Even when nobody visits our page, we could boost it up to attract so many people. Some people will go and check out the Facebook page, and they're seeing people liking the page, they'll be forced to also want to know what MMM is all about. So we'll look at the social media, we'll look at Facebook, we'll look at Google, we can create hangout meetings, we can create documentation and all that and send to people. Then, based on the plan that we've set up, we are hoping that after the whole of these 7 days, people are going to turn up, people are going to sign up. So I want to throw it to the house. Based on this, in belief that we've done all this, how many people do you think can likely sign up after 1 week? Because which is just the ultimate goal for us to be able to sign up people. So how many people do you think you guys think that we do all this right and we do it at least 90% perfect? How many people do you think we could sign up? Yeah, you can go ahead.
If I have to respond to your question,
you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
If I have to respond to your question, I think sign up more than you expect, because if you understand the challenges of the people and be able to communicate to them very well, not losing sight of what they feel and what they think. If you're able to get that right, I speak to people a lot. I have a lot of people. One of the things I've discovered in dealing with people is that when one is satisfied, you'll be rest assured to get 25. If the other 5 are satisfied, be ready to get 25. So within 1 week, you'll be able to sign up to 300 persons. If they are satisfied with your explanation and everything you've given to them, be ready to sign up to 300 persons. I can remember, can I give an example? When I heard of MMM initially, I reside in Port Harcourt. When I heard of MMM initially, I was like, wow, this kind of opportunity. So I attended a seminar where I was taught. So when I got the little information I got, I didn't even know as much as I know as I joined the school. I just know a little. I just know a little then. I traveled to Warri. I met only one person and then talked to that person, and the person was like, wow, does this kind of thing exist? Please, I want to be a part of it. You can't believe what that person is doing there. You won't believe. They are even calling me, please, we want to see you so that you give us more explanation. I say, please wait, let me be a guide first. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that if one person is satisfied, you'll be rest assured that it's going to be speed. 1 week is small because once I'm satisfied, I will tell my friend will tell his friend, my friend will tell his friend. Before you know it, you sign more than 300. That's, to me, that's all for now.
So thank you. Is there any? Okay, so we have 3 minutes to go. So based on what you've said, on the average, we're looking at getting 2,000 to 3,000. So to be on the safer side, we could get 2,000 people. How many people do you think would actually sign up after this 1 week? How many people do you think will actually sign up after this 1 week? Fine, you have 200, you have 2,000 registration, but fine, people that will PH, how many do you think will PH?
Hello, can I come now?
Yes, you can, but we have just 2 minutes to finish this up, so we need to be fast with it.
Hello, can I speak now?
Yeah, can we all just
hello, can I say
we have
something?
less than 1 minute. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we have about 2,000 who the result of this registration, we should expect about 1,000 that will PH. Expect about half of the number that is registered to PH.
So based on what you said, if I heard it right, you said 500.
No, I said 1,000. 1,000.
Oh, okay. 1,000 people would likely register after 1 week. Okay. So if that is the case.
Hello.
So, for instance, if you're saying that
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Coming of we'll be having like
Hello? Hello? Hi, can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. If I want to analyze this, I think we're saying that we're going to be using the three geopolitical zone, that is the north, the west, and the south-south, right? Lagos,
So we are using
Kaduna,
just Lagos.
and Port Harcourt.
We are just using Lagos. We are not going. We are only using Lagos. We are not going anywhere. We need to get Lagos up and running first before we go to other location. We need to concentrate on one location, get Lagos up and running, even without going to anywhere. If you can grab Lagos, you grab every other state.
Okay. In that case, if the publicity is strong, because the figure I gave the figure for one-on-one discussion, that when you go to the media and so on and so forth, and they are satisfied, be ready that you're going to get more than 1,000 participants who are going, because when things like this come up, one of the idea, we are Nigerians, one of the things that usually come to mind is, I want to be at the forefront. So I don't think that there's anybody who is going to come in that will not want to PH, no matter how small. They will want to PH, knowing that it is not just the registration that is going to end them, it is the PHing. So everybody who is coming in as at that time want to PH. So we're not just looking at getting 2,000 persons who are going to register, and then you have a few who are PHing. No, you're going to get people who are registering and then they are PHing. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Blessing. Thank you. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you. What's your name again? Jonathan Jemson. Thank you for your contribution, guys. Thank you for the coordination. The 1 hour is up for task number 1. The 1 hour is up for task number 1. Keep it up. We're going to post task number 2. I'm just going to post the task number 2. Then Jameson will go on, read it out loud for everyone. Then you open the platform for discussion. Please note that for whoever is doing who's editing or who's taking the notes, please note that when you are presenting the document, you need to write the task first. You need to write the task first. After writing the task, you will then write the solution. That's where the contribution of everyone will come in. So you need to write the question, you need to write the task as in the question, then you will write the solution after. So we need to know task number 1, task number 2, and so forth. So Mentor Rhoda have just posted task number 2. She has just posted task number 2. So Jameson, if you can kindly take ahead, the platform is all yours. Thank you, sir. Can you hear me, guys? Bechandra and Tkov, can you hear me? Priscilla? Priscilla, can you hear me? Okay, thank you, Moses. Can I have someone with good microphone and stable network to take over and help Jameson? Anyone with a stable network and good microphone? Anyone who's willing to coordinate? What you can do is just when you're coordinating, anyone who has a contribution will just write their name in the chat box. Then you call out them one by one. Then they will air out their views. Then you go on just like that. Okay, Prince Kelly wants to do it. Okay, Prince, I think I also saw your name for
Okay.
the presenters who's editing the document. I'm not sure if you can tackle all of them. Uh, uh, Prince, can you hear me? Would you kindly unmute your microphone so that I can confirm if your microphone is audible enough, Prince?
I can hear you.
Okay, Prince, you can take
Yes, I can hear you.
You can take over from here. Thank you. The platform is all
Okay.
yours.
I'm going to read out the tax note for everybody. Tax 2. A week has passed. The average contribution to the structure is around $100. Under the regulations of Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payment, starting with the first contributions.
Guys, it seems that we have lost Prince.
Prince, are you there?
We have lost Prince. Jameson, would you want to take?
I'm here.
Okay, Prince, you can take.
Yeah.
I can also help.
Okay, if anyone can.
Okay, do what? Okay, it's back.
Can go on. Hello? Hello?
Loud and clear. Please go ahead. Kindly go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'll start from, I'll start from second paragraph. Your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of actions for the next 3 weeks. Under the above conditions stated, point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them. The number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra cost we'll have, and how to attract them. We have 40 minutes for that. So please, if you have any contribution, you can just type your name in the chat box and I'll call you to unmute your microphone. Thank you. Hello, is anyone there? You can type. You can type in your name, then I'll call you. Unmute your microphone. Thank you. Priscilla, please, you can kindly unmute your microphone.
Okay, thank you very much. I was just thinking that this is a very mathematical type of a question because it requires us to calculate how many new members and contributions we'll have to ensure that in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. And then I just looked at maybe month one growth. It's always at 30%. Then maybe we look at 30% of 150,000 rands. And that would give us $150,000, sorry. That would give us $45,000. So expected growth amount for 400 old participants would be $150,000 plus $45,000, which will give us an amount of $195,000. Then we also have bonuses. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I will proceed. And then the number of new members, assuming each contributes $300. So then we'll have 224,500 less the 195,000, and then we'll get 29,500 people. So we'll be needing an average. And then in terms of the plan of action for the 3 weeks, we'll need to continue.
I think your network is not stable.
We have been doing already in the first week. But in addition to that, we'll start to train managers on the ideology of MMM, indoctrinate people, make sure we hammer it in, we hammer the ideology in so that they can start sharing with other people and get that snowball effect. And then we'll also look at training them to use the marketing and... Can you hear me? And then we'll need to maybe train them to using tools and promotions that we've learned at the school. And then we'll also maybe guide them to use the tool already developed to their advantage. Then we can hold online seminars where we can get new ideas to get people in. And then in terms of extra cost, that will have include accommodation, food and drink, car hire and hall rent for maybe additional 3 weeks. So for the first week, we'll be looking at so if we look at the total expenses for the month, we'll have $50,000.
Hello, please. Can someone else just type in their name if you want to speak, please, in the chat box? Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me, please? Hello?
I hear you loud.
Okay, Chooks, you can go on. Okay, Chooks can go on.
Thank you very much.
In this aspect of particular task, I think I actually requires
think deeply before I can give out an answer. So here, I think in this aspect, we're able to provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payments. Being able to get more new participants and raise more money. I think we should drive other means of trying to reach out to people, try to look for other options like making trying to enroll participants, qualified participants to become guiders. I think with these, they can be able to help us in reaching out to many other participants to register. Because if we have to do it ourselves, I don't think we can be able to meet up. But with growing the current participants that we have, with exposing them more, I think we're able to achieve to get more new participants to register. Because what I believe in is that if we're able to advance the participants we already have, they can be able to reach to other people like their relatives and friends, and I'm sure they will be willing to register, and from there we can get more.
Pastor Blessing, please, you can go on. I think we've lost Chooks.
All right, thank you very much. What we have here is we were trying to raise more participants for the system. My suggestion is this: first, we have to set a target, because people work harder when they are given targets. Now, immediately they become participants. Immediately they become part and parcel of the system. You set a target. I will give an example of myself personally. Before I started this school, the guidance school, I had some time to meet with a few downliners that I had. I usually tell them, my target for you is to be a guider. It's not just to be under me. You have to be yourself. You have to be self-dependent. And for you to do that, you have to get 20 persons first, and then you have to be for so period of time. Now I give them work, they start working, while I supervise whatever they do. So the people who came in to Nigeria to do this job, first of all, you split yourself into groups, and then divide the people, the first 1,000 persons who have registered under yourselves, and then supervise them, then encourage them to constantly PH. First, we can achieve that in two ways. Number one, you can, since it's a new ground, you can come up with the idea of something like, you have PH this one, at the end of this month you're going to get the 30%, just expect your 30% by the end of this month. And do you know you can also PH by the second week or the third week again? You know, by the time you get this thing, you can also, if you have the money, you can do that again. Now that person, you have committed the person again. By the time the person is getting his first GH, he's going to be happier and more willing to work. Now by the time you come up again with the referral bonus, the rest assured is going to work his life. So I think with that, you will have more people. In short, one of the things that have really helped the community so far is the referral bonus. Everybody wants to work. Whether you like it or not, everybody wants to work. So with that, I believe we'll be able to generate more and more and more people coming into the system. Let me stop there first. I'll come back again later. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, who else wants to speak? Is there anyone else there? Mr. Kingsley, please go on, please. We can't hear you, Mr. Kingsley. We can't hear you. You're not audible at all.
Hello, the network is breaking. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can.
Hello?
Yeah. Wait. Mr. Kingsley, if we can't hear you, I think I will open the floor for Mr. Ajisola to contribute. Oluyemi Ajisola. Okay. Can anyone hear me, please? Is anyone there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, Prince.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
Hi. It seems as if just very few people are contributing. Where are the other people?
Priscilla, I don't think we have to be concerned much about that. When people we've opened the floor for people to contribute. If they don't want to contribute, I don't think we can force them to do that. So people that are ready to contribute, they'll be given opportunity to do that.
Prince, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, James, we can hear you.
Hello,
Yes.
hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Ajisola speaking. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay, Mr. Jibola, can you go ahead, and after you, then I'll basically just summarize what everybody has said, so we're all at least on the same page before we move forward.
Okay. I think to support what Toyo has said, we be a sort of encouragement if we can show the new registered participants the proof and evidence of what we brought in before as an evidence. If you can show them the evidence of our PH and what we get in return, it will give them a lot of encouragement and a lot of boost for them to also follow suit. Because when you show somebody the proof of what you are telling him, it will be a boost for such a person. And when they like Pastor Toyo said before, when the PH and they see that truly at the end of the month, at the end of the 30 days, they get their money back with a 30% reward, it will give them a lot of joy to go ahead and do more, and to go and invite other people to go to do the way they have done, because there's nobody that don't like to get reward for what he has done. Everybody like money. So when they can show the proof of what they got from what they did, I think it will boost their interest to contribute more.
Can I contribute something?
Yes, I think I'm done here.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, can I contribute something?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. There's no time.
All right. To add to what I said initially, seminar is very, very important. Education, educating people on what to do. You will discover that when people come in initially, they tend to become reluctant about what to do. I'll cite an example from when I joined MMM newly. When I joined MMM newly, in short, as a matter of fact, to make it worse, my upliner wasn't helping me at all. But I saw that it was, nice, so I started putting effort. I personally located where MMM was in Port Harcourt and went for the seminar. And I really drew so many inspirations from that very particular group. It is a group. I drew so many inspiration from them. You know what they do? They have their seminar twice every week. Twice every week. And I was like, how can you people do this? So I called one of the leaders. I said, my place is so far. How can you people be having seminar twice every week? And the person said made a striking statement. He said the more knowledgeable these people are, the more firm they are, and the harder they want to work. And the harder they want to work, the better for the community. I was like, wow, this is great. So I came back with that mentality, and I started organizing classes for the few persons I had then. And before you know it, it was growing speedily. And what was my strategy? Hey, MMM is not a place where you just, expect to get 30% at the end of the month. This was my strategy. MMM is not a place where you just expect to get 30%. If you want to get 30%, fine. If you want to be a leader, fine. MMM is a ground of so many opportunities. That is why they give you PO. That word PO means your personal office, which means you can grow from there, you can decide to also die from there. So I believe that as people who have aspirations, who wants to grow, who wants to become somebody, who wants to be free, the best way to be free is to make sure that they get to other people. Now, what's my point here, to cut a long story, is giving proper education. Target, I have discovered that if people's target is money, they tend to lose so much. But if your target is developing people, you get a lot of people. So we should be able to, we as those who are this very particular mission should be targeting how we can develop the people, because if you can develop the people, then be rest assured, you will not need to do any work. You just be sitting down and the work will just be going on, because they will have the vision, they will have the understanding, and they will begin to grow with it, with speed. They will just be going with speed. So one of the things that we need to do as a team to be able to, grow or have more members is, first, let's split ourselves into different groups. If, for example, we are 20 that came into Nigeria and we are in Lagos, let's split ourselves into various groups. Send some to this part, send some to this part, because definitely the people you're going to get, the 1,000 persons are not going to be in the same locality. So you split yourself into various groups and have constant seminar with them. With that constant seminar, my friend, off you go. You really go far. So thank you. That's where I'll stop for now.
Priscilla, you can go on, please. You can go on, Priscilla.
Thank you very much. I wanted to say that we've all got so much to say. Okay, I will be. I wanted to say that we all have got so much to say about MMM, and I want to just bring all of us back to the question, because I believe that's what we are here to do. The task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to all the participants. And a lot of people have been contributing, but I haven't had much of answering that question. And that is actually the crux of the task. So can we please make sure that we are answering this question when we speak? Thank you.
Okay, that's good. The point is, assuming we first we got 500 people, and they each PH $50 each times 500. We know the amount of PH, and we know that at the end of 30 days, they are expected to have at least 30% of whatever they input back. So we need at least more times 2 of people that have registered to PH exactly the same amount or more amount. So that's why that's the target. That's the target is, and people that are in there too. It should be 2 teams. One should be bringing more people into the community, and one will be targeting the first people the first week, so that they can stay put, like what I did here too. When I joined MMM, I went to my place of work where I was working before. I sat down with them, talked to them. I go there every week so that they won't be discouraged about not paying the money when they are being matched to pay the money. So that's part of the things we can do also during that 3 weeks, to talk to them, encourage them, and encourage them about the bonus too, so that they too can bring people under them. And by doing that, we are getting more PH and more, we are getting enough money to pay the first set of people, even the second set. Thank you, that's all.
Hello, can I add to,
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay. You can go ahead.
All right. I think there are some contributions that just answer some questions. What I mean is this. Now, you have 1,000 participants, and the next 3 weeks they are going to GH, and then you need more people to GH, to PH, in order for you to be able to match the other people. Now, the question is, you're not going to get that from the moon, you're going to get that from the people. So, number one, set a target. Because you're not going to be picking it on the street, you're going to be picking it from the people. So when you are able to get the people, first, now when you are able to get the people, and then give them good orientation, you're going to get the money out. Now, how do you get the people? That's the point we are actually dealing with now. How do you get the people? You have gotten your first 1,000 persons, and these 1,000 persons have PH already, getting ready, waiting to GH. Now, how do you now get the other people to PH so that you can be able to pay the other set of persons? Now, that is where the work is. That's where the real battle is. Now, it is the same people who PH that are going to also produce the people who are going to PH for them to be able to GH. So the work is not those people. The work is not in the first. The work is also in the first set of people who are just PH, because by the time they PH, now when they PH, they are expecting to GH. Now you now give them another side of the whole thing, so that at least one person can bring 2 persons. When one person brings 2 persons to the seminar, the rest assured, with good orientation, if they have the money, they are also going to PH, which means the first set of people will be paid. And then when the first set of people are paid, you know, after they have GH, you also talk to them in the same seminar for them to re-PH, not getting the money and then going back to sleep and clapping their hands. Wow, I just got 30%. You understand? So all the contributions here, I think that all the contributions here, they are answering the question. Thank you very much.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. I think if we are a manager, you should have a training with your downline. In your meeting, everybody should come forward and do a presentation before becoming a manager, so that they will be able to do a presentation to their downline before becoming to the manager. So I think they should do that, so that everybody should join in the community, in this community to PH. Yeah, I think that.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hello, Chief.
Hello, can anyone hear me? Yeah, thank you very much. I think, yeah, I think actually, according to Priscilla, we're not actually answering the question here, because with the question that was asked in the second task, with what we have been saying here, we are to calculate how many new members and contributions that we have to ensure that we pay these other older participants, that their MAVRO is already growing. So I don't think actually that we have actually answered anything here to actually come up with this particular how many people, how many new members to be able to complete this task. Thank you.
Chooks, I think you're a bit on there. I earlier stated that assuming we have 500 people in the first week, and an average they PH an average of $550 each. That's the minimum for the bonus Abi. Everybody be interested in that. And we multiply that by 500 people. And we can't say I think we can't guarantee all with PH. So let's just say at least 500 people, 50 times 500, that'll give us $25,000. That means the next set of 3 weeks, the next 3 weeks, we need times 2 of that previous money to be able to get the 30% back and extra for those that are going to PH in the second week and also the third week. Please, you understand what I'm trying, what I said now?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand you. Well, I think we should be talking about exactly how many members, how many new members that we need to achieve this goal.
He just said,
yes.
Can we come up?
We need 2 each.
Yeah, you're talking about it's not an assumption.
2 each.
At least 2 persons each will be able to achieve our goal, like to meet up with these older participants.
Yes. So the target now is, how do you now get the 2 persons each?
Yeah, well like I said before,
excuse me.
Like I said before,
the first set of persons are working for themselves. Now you're wanting to get them to work for the community. All right. The first set of persons who came in actually came in to work for themselves. Now you want to develop a mix through which you're going to get 2 persons each times 500. So how do you do that? Now, for you to be able to do that, there are 2 ways you're going to do that, because you're trying to get 1,000 persons to PH now. All right, in order to be able to get the money to pay the other set of persons. So that is where your seminar comes in. That is where your referrals bonus, emphasis on your referrals bonus comes in. That is where your emphasis on your leadership as a guider, your target, and so on and so forth coming. When those are done, then I think the other ones are just halfway solved.
Okay, well, like I said before, in my own understanding,
Can I add on that, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I can go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. The question is, how are you going to pay the old members? You have to recruit as many as you can. Recruit more people to join Triple M. And by paying the old members, you can use the strategy by when they PH, they are 5% of the money they PH. Just pay the old participants with that a 5%. Every member who is PHing, take their 5% and pay the old members. By doing that, you will be able to pay the old members. And when you pay, hello? And when you pay the old members,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Sister Bumi, it's not even left this one. Now let's it like this.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me, anybody?
Go on, and please, I want everybody to...
I can hear you. Can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
Yes, I'm saying recruit as many as you can. And when the new members are PHing, by their PH, the 5%, you have to know that you are paying the old members. And by paying the old members, that will make them very happy and they will trust Triple. That's the strategy that you can use so that everybody trusts Triple M. You can just take the 5% of the new members that they're PHing off and pay the old members. I think that you will be having a solution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Malerato. Okay, I know that people are getting tired of hearing me saying that. Can you please stick to the question? Okay, this question for me, I think I'll try and explain it again because I still think that we haven't answered it, is asking for the practical side of theory, more people or we are going to do this in theory. They are now asking us to calculate how many people we are going to need to recruit and how much money we need to raise. And from task 1, we indicated that if we got 500 participants to provide help of $300 each, we would have 150,000 Rand. I'm going to try and answer it as quickly as possible. So month 1 growth would be 30% of the $150,000 that people would have contributed. That gives us $45,000. The expected growth amount for 400 old participants would be $150,000 plus $45,000, which is equal to $195,000. Then we look at the bonuses. It would be $20 times 500. Then we get $10,000 for the registration bonus. And then we'll then look at 10% of $195,000 that we got from the old participants, the 400 people. And that will give us 19,500 referral bonus. So the total contributions in order to be able to make the required payments to the old participants after 3 weeks would be $195,000 plus the $10,000 from the registration bonus, $10,000, plus the 19,500 from the referral bonuses, which gives us a total of 224,500. So the number of new members, assuming each contribute 300. So it would be 224,500 less the $195,000, and then we get a balance of 29,500. This then means that we need an average of 98 people per person. And then in terms of our plan of action for the 3 weeks, we then need to continue doing all that we have already done in task 1. And then we need to start training managers on the ideology of MMM. And then we train them to use marketing and promotion tools. And then we guide them. And then hold online seminars to get new ideas as well as to try and get people in. Extra costs that will include maybe accommodation, food and drinks and car hire, and maybe for the whole. And then the first week, you'll be looking at $30,900, and then extra weeks will be $19,100. So the total expenses for the month will come to $50,000. Thank you, in a nutshell.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the contribution. Blessing, Samantha, everyone. The time for task number 2 is up. The time for task number 2 is up. I'm just going to check the time frame for task number 3. Then we can check if, okay, good enough. The time frame for task number 3 is just 20 minutes. the time frame for task number 3 is just 20 minutes. So we'll wrap up with task number 3. We will continue tomorrow, the 6th of October. We will continue tomorrow with task number 4. Please note that we're going to resume at 7 p.m. South African time. We're going to make sure that 7 p.m. South African time so that we finish all the remaining tasks. Then on the 7th of October, it will just be a presentation, 7 p.m. South African time again. So I'm going to give back to the presenter coordinator to take over from here. Read task number 3. It has been posted by Mentor Roda. Task number 3 has been posted in the chat box. You can kindly read, then open the platform for discussion. In 20 minutes time we will wrap up, then we end the session for tonight. So back to you, Mr. Presenter. You can take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. James, are you taking over or should I continue, please? Okay, in case of no response, can everybody hear me, please? Anybody?
Yeah, can we hear you? Yeah, can we hear you?
I'm going to read out the questions, the task 3 now. Okay, thank you very much. Task 3. A month has passed. You are a 100 manager.
Hello guys.
Same plan for another on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of good. In bracket, the number of new participants and contributions for the next 4 weeks. Thank you. You can get your name in the chat box and I'll open the...
Guys, time is up to stop the meeting. Mr. Kudai, I'm still going on with task number 3. Nyama, is Mr. Kudai still here?
I can't hear you properly, please.
Okay, I'm speaking to other mentors.
Yes, we are continuing with task 3. We finished task 3.
Oh, okay. I thought we must go.
Yeah, after task 3, that's when we wind up.
Okay, thank you guys. Sorry, Prince, you can continue.
Please, anybody? Anybody, please? Anybody?
You can continue. You can continue.
Okay, I don't know if I should just continue or if other people want to say something before I start, because I know it's also another mathematical one like the one that we did before. It's got a lot of calculation. So if other group members can, okay. So for this one, I think that if 500 PHs come in from 1,000 participants, it may be $300 each. We get that figure of 150,000. So in order for the 500 PH to be paid, there are 30% bonuses will also be considered as participants will be given additional $20 on their $3 we'll have the 30% of $300 that came in from each participant, which is equal to $90 interest for each of the 500 participants. Therefore, $45,000 will be the additional interest for all the 500 participants. The $20 bonus will also be calculated by the number of participants, while we have the total amount of $10,000. So, considering the interest and the bonus, if 200 participants regular GH and re-PHing of the 500 participants request for GH, the calculation will then be Can you hear me? Therefore, the total amount of the 250 participants GH will be the addition of the bonus and the interest, which will amount to $102,500. At this time, there will only be the sum of $47,500 from the total PH of $150,000 as 250 participants GH, meaning $150,000 subtracted from the $102,500. In this case, if the 250 participants re-PH while withholding their interest and bonus, $75,000 will be added to the reserved amount of $47,500 to make it $122,000. $500, which will be sufficient for the next 250 participants GH. I think I lost you there a little bit. I lost network. I was just saying that in a case where there is no re-PH, will be compelled to make sure that there's additional income of maybe the sum of about $55,000 to add to the reserve of $47,500 to make it $102,500 for the next 250 participants GH. Therefore, we shall make sure that there are additional 35 to 50 participants in the system in 1 week to provide the sum of about $55,000 at the PH of $150,000 apiece. With this, there shall be the addition of nothing less than 550 participants in the next 4 weeks to make the cycle grow. If we don't have the 550 participants, then the cycle will not grow and we're obviously stuck. So the cycle continues on and on for as long as the principle of regular GH and re-PH remains. It continues for a very long time, as long as this cycle is continuous. Once there's a stop or if there's a break, then we're in trouble. Thank you.
Wow.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Yes, we are all here.
Okay. Anybody want to speak again? From what Priscilla has said, I think that has taken, that's perfect to me. That has taken everything I have to say about that task 3. It's okay for me. You can follow that. But if you have any addition or subtraction, you can please put it forward before the time runs out, please.
I don't think anybody have any other thing to say.
Okay. If I may add, apart from the mathematical stuff, this task,
I think Priscilla has said it all. The mathematics there is very clear.
Are you talking? Are you going to say something or not? I can hold on for you. Hello, Chooks. I think we've lost Chooks here, so I'll probably continue. This talks about we becoming an 100 manager, and that is a lot.
I don't have anything
to look about. Okay. We're going to take about the bonuses from the manager. We'll put account the bonuses, the referral bonuses from each participant. So are you following me? I'm going to look at that also. I'm going to look at new participants. I'm going to come in. The same strategy we use in tax 2 to get new participants should be what used again for this tax 3. You'll get new participants, but it's more aggressive now because of what the bonuses attached to the 100 manager, and also the referral bonuses from each participant. Because people we tell people about the advantage of getting referrals from for themselves. So we look at all these bonuses and calculate it together and be able to get at least ×2. We project it for ×2, ×3 of new intake to be able to PH that exact amount. Not really that is that ×3 of the amount needed for the GH for that month. So that's all I have to say on that. If anybody has anything else to put, can indicate. It seems everybody has agreed with Priscilla's idea. So I don't think we have much to say again on task 3. It is clear what we want to do, what we have to do, and what you're going to do on task 3. Thank you very much. Please, mentor, you can come in now.
Hello, good evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Mentor Nyama, how are you?
Yes, it seems as if you guys have run out of ideas, or basically the night has been quite long, because I don't see any, or I don't hear rather, anyone coming in. So can we rightfully say that you have concluded with your task 3 for the night?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mentor Nyama.
Okay, all right. Mentor Kuzai, probably we can wrap it up tonight. for tonight? Mentaroda?
Emma, Kudzai here.
Yes, I was saying the guys have concluded the task 3 for the night. They were remaining with 6 minutes, but it seems as if they've concluded. So probably we can wrap up for tonight until tomorrow morning. I mean tomorrow evening at 19 hours.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you guys for attending the Triple M Africa Guided School for Bejandra and Cove Day 1. We hope to see you tomorrow again. I think I hope tomorrow you will be in your numbers so that we can not run out of ideas like as you just did right now. The more we are in our community, the better it is, since we'll be able to share and advise each other. Please note that this task needs to be taken important and serious, as later on after graduation, later on as a guider, you will come across such scenarios, and with this school that you're having now, it will equip you with all the knowledge that you need, and it will help you later on. I'm going to hand over to Mentor Rishana if she has anything to say before we end the session for tonight. Mentor Rishana, would you kindly unmute your microphone and say something before we end the class for tonight?
Hi guys. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear
Yes, we can.
All right. Hi guys. I think so far Nyama, Kutsaya, and Rhoda's actually, posed the question. You all had discussions and you all deliberated on a lot of stuff. So I think we're looking forward to tomorrow evening, after which I think presentation will be done on Friday. So guys, good luck. You can still continue with the discussions on the chat group. And I know that on Friday we're going to be really impressed with the presentation. Thanks guys. Good night. We'll catch you all tomorrow.
Okay, Mentor Rhoda.
Thank you. Good night.
Mentor Rhoda, you wanna say something? Mentor Rhoda.
Okay, I'm here. No, nothing much. But
Okay, yeah, your audio, we can hardly hear you. We can hardly hear you, guys. Please make sure that your document. Mentor Rhoda, would you kindly adjust your microphone? We can hardly hear you. We can hardly hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, better. We can hear you now. It's gone again. It's gone again. Okay, while you are rectifying your microphone, guys, I was just a reminder. Make sure that your document is up to date. Make sure that your document is up to date. Tomorrow, like tonight or tomorrow, make sure that you have covered all the tasks that you are discussing tonight. So that tomorrow when we commence the class, you won't have to go back again. So if you update for tomorrow the one that we did tonight, then tomorrow you catch up with everything that we're going to do. Then on the presentation day, make sure that it is up to date. Remember, without that document, again, you won't have anything to present for the officials. You won't have anything to present to the Triple M Africa Guided School officials. So it is important that you have a document fully compiled and completed so that you just submit the link, then present it just like that. You will be done with the guided school, like the last phase of the guided school. So please make sure that that document is up to date, because they're just going to have a look at it, then they will conclude what you went through, all the discussions and the contribution that you made. So it is important that your document is up to date. Your presentation on the 7th, so just make sure that you compile and your house is in order. Just make sure your house is in order before we start tomorrow. Okay, Mentor Rhoda, you can take over from here, then you can kindly close the session for us. From me, Kudzai, I thank you all for the session tonight. Mentor Rhoda, would you kindly unmute your microphone?
Okay. Sorry, just before Mentor Rhoda comes on, Kudzai, I just want to emphasize the attendance. We as mentors, our wish is that everybody could make it. But then if the attendance is low, like I had said earlier, those people who will not attend tomorrow, unfortunately, will not be upgraded, even if they pass the other tasks. Business games is an integral part of the guided school. So please alert your friends, those who are not able to attend today, to try and ensure that they attend tomorrow and the final presentation date. Thank you.
Thank you, mentors. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Nice, thank you. Till tomorrow.
Good night, guys.
Okay, good night, guys.